Hey guys, what is up? It is Michaela back again from Invisible Reads. I am here today to do my July wrap-up and currently reading. A lot happened in July. I didn't finish my first book until about halfway through the month, and then Booktubeathon was supposed to start, which I completely failed at, by the way. Let's just get into it. Also, I have a new setup, obviously. I completely rearranged my room, so there's a whole new thing going on. Sorry if you can see the mess that is my desk right now. I've been trying to do some reading ahead of time for my classes that are about to start. So the first book I finished this month was The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. I honestly don't even remember why I picked this up. I just think I was kind of in the mood for it, and oh my god, 100% one of my favorite books that I've ever read in my life. I love it so much. For those of you guys that don't know, this is about this girl named Blue who has been told basically her entire life that if she kisses her true love, he will die. And then one day this mysterious aunt comes and she tells her that this is going to be the year that she's going to fall in love. And basically what happens from there. And I loved it so much. I loved it so much. I just want my babies to be okay, and I'm really scared to continue on, but I'm also really excited. And I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. And then the next and last book that I finished in the month of July was Boo by Neil Smith. I didn't know I was going to love this book as much as I did. I heard about it on Books with Emily Fox's channel. I will link her down below. But she got it in a book outlet haul, and I decided to get it too because it sounded really interesting. Basically, this is about a young boy in middle school who dies suddenly, and he thinks it was from a heart defect that he's known about basically since he was born. And then someone else from his school comes later and tells him that he didn't die of natural causes, and them trying to basically figure out what happened. I really loved this book. I love the narration of it because it's told in first person. You really get to see from the perspective of this kid who has just died, and he's very much like a nerdy social outcast who like nobody talks to, and he's so sweet, and I just want him to be okay. And this person that comes from his school, they quickly become like the best of friends, and it's them figuring out how to live in this afterlife, which is much different from what pretty much everybody thinks the afterlife is going to be. And then I am currently reading 4 different books, which I usually don't read multiple books at the same time, at least not in the sense that like I'm reading one book and I'm like, oh, I'm not really feeling this one, I'll pick up another one that I'm currently reading. No, I don't do that. Like, I'll be reading a book and then I'll pause and be like, I should read something else, and then I'll like finish that book and go back to it or something like that. So I'm currently reading 4, which is a bit ridiculous, I will admit. The first 2 I started reading before Booktubeathon because I wanted to have them, well, I just wanted to read them, and they didn't get read, and that is The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. I'm literally only like 8 pages into this, so I just put it on here because I am technically currently reading it, but I haven't gotten anywhere really substantial in it, but of course I want to continue on. Friggin' loved this. I want to read it all right now, but I'm also kind of hesitant to read it all. And then the second one I started reading right before Booktubeathon because I told myself that I was going to finish the Lunar Chronicles series in Booktubeathon, and I wanted to reread the first 2 before I continued on with the series. So this is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. This one I'm like 250 pages in and not enjoying it as much as I did the first time, to be honest, but more of that later. But yeah, I still want to finish the series, and I have something that I'm going to announce in here that I think might help me finish the series. And then the last 2 I started during Booktubeathon and did not finish. My Booktubeathon this year was a complete and utter fail, which makes me so sad. I thought that I would be able to read a huge amount of books in a short amount of time while also spending 4-ish hours a day at school and about 5 hours a day at work. So yeah, I didn't get a lot of reading done, and in between that there was homework and stuff like that, so it just didn't work out. The first book I started reading during Booktubeathon was My Sister Rosa by Justine L'Arbelissier. Still not sure how to pronounce that, should have looked it up. This is about a young boy who is 17, and his family moves around a lot, but he's originally from Australia, and he's trying to convince his parents that his 10-year-old little sister is a psychopath, which I am also convinced that she is. And I'm only like 30 something pages in. I'm almost 40 pages in, and I'm really enjoying it so far, but it was not a good choice for a readathon because while you think that it's like a pretty tiny book, the font in here is so closely spaced and dense that it makes me really discouraged because it makes me feel like I'm not getting anywhere while I'm reading it, but I did enjoy it a lot and I do really want to continue it. And then the last book I started during Booktubeathon, and the last book I started during this month, was Feminism is for Everybody by Bell Hooks. I bought this off a recommendation from Hannah over at A Clockwork Reader. Love her channel. She's my favorite booktuber. Her and Books and Lala are my favorites. But I had really been wanting to read more feminist literature because I realized that while I do call myself a feminist and I'm very much about the movement, I don't really know anything and I haven't really read any feminist literature. So I bought a bunch, not a bunch, I bought like 3 books and I wanted to start one of them as soon as possible, and this was the smallest one. I'm about halfway through this. I'm really enjoying it, but again, I couldn't finish it in Booktubeathon because I had so much going on and I'm so sad about it. So that is all I have for my July wrap up and currently reading. I didn't do as much as I would hope, but I mean, I read more than I have in a while, so that's good. Also, I wanted to announce that I am going to hopefully be taking part in the Tomes Topple readathon. I'm not going to do any TBR or anything like that because last time I did it, obviously it backfired. So I'm not going to be doing a TBR. I do have my books like right there, just all the books that I am like really excited about that are over 500 pages that I could be getting to. I'm not going to be doing the reading challenges, I know that for sure. And yeah, I'm just going to be trying to like participate on the lowest of keys and read as much as I can because I haven't been doing that a lot lately. So if you guys are doing that, please let me know down below what you are going to be reading and let me know what you finished in July and what you really enjoyed. I hope you guys had a much more successful Booktubeathon than I did, and I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.